ask everybody to do something for me?
What is it?
Close your eyes. Pay attention to my voice only for the next few minutes. Every win starts and ends in silence, in the dark, when it's just you and your private thoughts. We're going to take a little journey into the world, but not just any world. The world that's going on inside of you. Let's go to a time when no one believed in your dreams. When no one believed in your thoughts. When no one believed in your words. And no one believed in your actions. Now I want you to go even deeper. Go to a time when you didn't believe in your dreams. You didn't believe in your thoughts. You didn't believe in your words. You didn't believe in your actions. Now, I know a bunch of people in the room are feeling a certain way. I don't want you to remember how you felt. I want you to remember what you did. What did you see and believe in that no one else saw? What did you believe in when no one gave you anything to believe in? Open your eyes. That's your superpower. You defeated every single one of those moments. So if anybody's ever told you you don't know how to win, you just go back to that time and remember you defeated every single one of those moments. Now, when I came on stage, you gave me the biggest round of applause. Now, I want you to stand up and give yourself the biggest round of applause for defeating every single one of those moments. Now, as the video said, you can stand or you can sit, I don't care. As the video said, I am not a motivational speaker. Motivation is entry level. I'm about elevation. You know what motivation is? Motivation is for the individuals that didn't make it here. They're the ones that need motivation. You made it here. So if I'm trying to motivate you, I'm actually trying to talk down to you. I'm here about elevation. And there's a huge difference between the two. Motivation is when somebody else lights your fire. Motivation is what you need from somebody else. You know, we read all these motivational slogans, we read all this stuff, we look at it, and it gets us fired up, it gets us charged up. You know what that means? That means somebody else has control over your fire.
Facts.
Elevation is what you demand of yourself. See, let me ask you a question here. How's everybody feeling? Again, how's everybody feeling? All right. Now, here's the thing. Winning and success is what you do despite how you feel. See, that's the difference between motivation and elevation. When you're motivated, you feel good. You'll go out and do all these things, and you'll do everything. Man, I'm feeling motivated today. I'm going to go do these things. It's the individuals that win over and over again, the ones that are elevated, they do those things despite how they feel. It's easy to do things when we're feeling good. It's easy to do things when everything is perfect. Winning is what you do despite how you feel. So my talks are a little bit different. I know you get motivational speakers up here that love to talk about themselves. They love to talk about their journey, what they accomplished, how much they charge, all this other stuff. Let me tell you something. This event isn't about me. This event is about each individual in this room. This event isn't about my story. This is about everybody's story in here. This is about individuals in here who want to write a new chapter in their story. Individuals who want to change their story. That's what this event is about. So we're not going to hear a whole lot of stories. You'll hear a few stories about my clients. You may hear something about me a little bit, but this is going to be totally about the individuals in this room. So I got a question right now. Okay, if you're interested in taking your business to the next level, if you're interested in taking yourself to the next level, if you're interested in taking whatever you want to the next level, stand up. All right. Now, let's sit back down. I promise this will not turn into a workout. Now I'm going to ask the same question. If you're obsessed with taking your business to the next level, if you're obsessed with taking your relationship to the next level, if you're obsessed with taking whatever you want to get better at to the next level, stand up. All right, folks, which one is it?
Awesome!
See, winning has a completely different language that most people don't understand. It has a completely different language. Interested is a hobby, folks. You can be interested about a lot of things. You think Michael Jordan was just interested in basketball? You think Kobe Bryant was just interested in winning championships? You think Mr. Bradley was just interested in throwing an event that literally has standing room only? No, those folks were obsessed. And there's a huge difference between interested and obsessed. Obsessed people give interested people something to talk about. So if they're talking about you, that means they're obsessed with you. They're not obsessed with their own success. They're not obsessed with their own lives. They're obsessed with you. Right. There's a huge difference between the two. You know what interested people do? Interested people watch obsessed people change the world. Every individual that you know who's been obsessed, you saw them either change somebody's life or change the world. Interested people watch obsessed people win over and over again. And people always just say, man, I can only, interested is, obsessed is such a bad word. It's not a bad word. And people say you can't be obsessed with multiple things at the same time. That's absolutely right. Not at the same moment, but you can be obsessed with multiple things. When you're at your work, are you really obsessed with what you're doing? Are you really all in? When you're with your family, are you really all in? When you're with your significant other, are you really all in? Those things require obsession. They require obsession. And here's the thing. Once you start doing what's best for you, you're going to piss a lot of people off.
That's right.
You're going to piss a lot of people off. How many times have you gone through life where people have told you, hey man, hey young lady, hey man, you need to stay in your lane. You need to stay in your lane. Who in the hell are they to tell you you need to stay in your lane? You know why people tell you to stay in your lane? So they can pass you right up. They can pass you right up. That's why people tell you to stay in your lane. Because see, what's going to happen is, how many times have you heard this from individuals? As you become more successful, as you started chasing, after you not only started chasing your dreams, you started catching your dreams. That's another difference between obsessed individuals and interested individuals. Interested individuals chase their dreams. Obsessed individuals catch them. They catch them. You know, and it's funny, once you start going after these things, once you start going and you start to have some success and people start to see that, what's the first thing they tell you? Man, you've changed. You've changed. You've changed. You know what the answer is? The next time somebody says you changed, and I didn't change. I grew. There's a huge difference. See, what happens is when you grow, you can't grow. You can't grow in life. You can't grow in business. You can't grow as a person and still hang out with the same friends. Because they don't understand you anymore. That's why they say, you've changed. No, I didn't change. I grew. When you see a tree, no one's ever seen a tree grow. But over the years, what happens? It just grows. It just starts to grow. It just starts to grow. So if you want to shine in front of everyone else, you got to do what everybody else is not willing to do when nobody is looking. When nobody is looking. See, we want to post everything we do on social media. You know, the crazy thing about this world now is, I remember when I was growing up, and with all the social media and all the people hitting you with criticism and feedback, I was told you could be anything in the world you wanted to be. You remember that? Remember when people used to tell you that? And if you still may hear it now, you still may hear it now. But you know what the crazy part about this world now is? You could be anything you want to be in this world except yourself. Except yourself. And you know why most people don't want to be themselves anymore? Because they don't know themselves. Think about all the time and energy you spent or trying to spend being somebody else. If you put that same energy and thought and effort into being you, how much longer would you be? How much farther would you be in life? See, you know, they wanted me to come up here and they wanted me to talk about the things that successful people do. But you know what? Everybody in this room already knows that. You know you got to work hard. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that you got to work hard. But are you working hard at the right things? And hard work does not guarantee success. It does not guarantee success. You think you're going to work hard and you're going to guarantee success, it's not going to happen. Everybody tells you got to grind. You got to grind. You got to grind for those results. Well, here's the issue with grinding. All right? And there's a lot of individuals in here that grind. I get it. Everybody's grinding to get to that next level. Man, everybody asks, what are you doing? Man, I'm grinding. I'm grinding. I'm grinding. All right? If I was to give you two rocks and you would rub them together over and over and over and over again. Man, I'm grinding, I'm grinding, I'm grinding, I'm grinding. What's going to happen? They're going to turn into dust. So when people say they're working hard and they're grinding, what are you grinding for? What is that end result? When you grind, it's to form something. If you look at an ice sculpture, if you've ever been to a wedding, you've ever been to a party, or you've seen a clay, or you've seen any of a sculpture, what do? They grind away the unessentials to form the shape that they want. A piece of clay starts off as a block. It has no shape, it has no form whatsoever. But the artist knows exactly what they need to grind away in order to make the shape that they're looking for. The same thing with an ice sculpture. Are you grinding with a purpose? And this is why I always tell you, when you hear motivational speakers, a lot of that stuff, it just doesn't work because it's so generic. There's a difference between making you feel good, which a lot of individuals do because it's a sugar high, than actually getting the results. You cannot build a reputation on what you say you're going to do. You can't. And then when I talk about, the reason I talk about the grinding, the reason I talk about that, and this is going to be so important. I categorize individuals that I've known in 3 categories. And I know what you're going to think. I'm going to talk about coolers, closers, and cleaners. But see, before you can do that, you got to classify the people in your life. You have contacts in your phones. You have people that put you in difficult times. You have people that left you in difficult times. And then you have a few individuals that helped you during difficult times. In the list of your contacts, in the list of your friends, in the list of individuals you know, which do you have the most of? Which do you have the most of? Because here's the thing. What's the heaviest thing an individual carries? Ladies, it's not your purses. What's the heaviest thing that people carry? A lot of people say regret. But you know what? What is regret? Regret is a feeling. Your feelings are the heaviest things that you carry. And we got individuals in here that are carrying feelings for years and years and years that are literally weighing you down. They're not allowing you to think. They're not allowing you to have clarity up in the head. Because see, when you get up in the morning, and this happens, I don't care who you are, this happens with everybody. Because this is what life does. When you get up in the morning, we have all this confusion in our head. We got all these things we got to do. You know, we got to get our kids to school. We got this to take care of. We got everything. We got all this confusion in our head. But yet success is sitting over there, and that's one of our focal points. Is we want to get to success. We want to be more successful, not only for ourselves, for our families, for anybody else. But see, when you wake up in the morning and you have all this confusion in your head, success is not paying attention to you. So every single morning, you have to take that confusion and you got to control it. You got to control that confusion. You got to take control of, you know what they say, everybody says attack the day. well, you can't attack the day unless you do this first. You have all this confusion. You take this confusion, you grab this confusion, and you control it. Then when you control that confusion, now you start to have clarity. Now you start to have clarity. Now once you have clarity, now you can start attacking the day. See, most people get up in the morning and they get, man, everyone says, man, I'm going to attack the day. I'm going to attack the day. If you have so much confusion, you don't know what you're going to attack. You have no idea. It's like when people say, and I'm telling you, I'm not a cliche person, because if it was that easy, everybody would be successful.
Right.
Like people always talk about, man, it's about the journey and not the destination. Well, let me tell you something. Who in here is used any kind of navigation device? Waze, Google Maps, whatever it may be. It requires a point A and it requires a point B. If you just put in A, it's not giving you any directions. It's not giving you any directions. Your journey must have a destination. It must have a destination. And if the destination is strictly fun and enjoyment, that's fine. But every journey must have a destination. Otherwise, you can't move on to next. You cannot move on to next. You know, and then when you start having more success and you start to see all these individuals and you start to look at stuff and you start pointing fingers and you start to hate and people start to hate on you and all these other things. Who complained about something today? If you complain about something today, stand up. And I'm not talking about if you went to breakfast and the coffee was cold or something like that. If you complain about something today, stand up. This is no judgment room, folks. This is no judgment room. Now, I'm going to ask you something. Did complaining help the situation? There you go. You know what complaining does? Complaining gives complaining life. There's nothing worse for your heart and for your mind than complaining. That's all it does. And it's a funny thing, people love to complain. You know why they love to complain? Because here's the thing, commitment attracts a commitment. Committed people attract committed people. Complainers will talk to all the committed people until they can find the group that complains. They will literally go down the line over and over. And you know those people. If you have teams, if you have companies, if you have organizations, you know the group that is always complaining. They're always complaining. It's always somebody else's fault. There is nothing worse for your heart and mind than complaining. It does absolutely nothing. But you know what it does? That's where the comfort zone is. Because that's where all your excuses live. Because complainers love to listen to other complainers. Because they have the same excuses over and over and over again. There's no growth in complaining. There's zero growth in complaining. But you know what? When you complain, there's no pressure. There's no pressure. And I know a lot of individuals in here, you think of pressure as a bad thing. Let me tell you something right now. Pressure is a privilege. It is a privilege. If somebody puts you in a pressure situation, that means they believe in you. Do you believe in yourself? Do you believe in yourself? Pressure defines who we are and who we're not. But it also defines who we can become. And there's a huge difference between pressure and stress. You know, a lot of individuals say, man, I'm stressed, I'm stressed. You know what stress is? Stress is just pressure you decided not to deal with. That's all it is. You try to put it off to the next day and the next day and the next day and the next day, and then it becomes overwhelming. I see a lot of people out here with some nice jewelry on, some timepieces, earrings. How are all those beautiful things made? With pressure. With pressure. When you watch sports, when you watch anything, what do you always say? Man, that person, boy, they know how to handle pressure. They know how to handle pressure. The difference between competing and winning is handling pressure. Everyone in this room knows how to compete. But when pressure arises, we run in the other direction. Everybody wants to sit in the first seat until it's time to sit in that first seat. Everybody wants to take that last second shot. So you have to take that last second shot. Everybody wants to criticize that decision that affects 6,000 people in this room until they have to make that decision. See, pressure is a privilege. Let me ask the individuals in this room. And again, this is a no judgment zone. We do not judge here. All right? Judgment is for the weak, folks. That's all judgment is. Judgment is for the weak. Who in here has ever placed a wager? Fantasy football, fantasy basketball, baseball, Vegas, sports betting. When you were a kid, you rolled up the dice. What? Stand up, folks. Stand up. There's too many people in there. Nobody gonna judge you. Nobody gonna judge you. All right. Now, it's interesting. You will put your hard-earned money. You will put your sweat, your excitement, your thoughts. You'll be sitting at that end of that chair, watching that TV or watching that roulette table spin around. You're like, come on, black. Come on. Come on. Always bet on black, folks. We know that, right? We know that. So everybody's feeling, man, you sweating, you're doing all these crazy things, you're looking at it, you're getting all excitement, you got all this other stuff. It's funny. But you won't bet on yourself. You don't have that same excitement. You won't take that same risk. You won't take that same action. You know why you don't? Because you don't believe in yourself anymore. You don't believe in yourself anymore. And here's the thing. At some point, I can't put confidence inside of you. You know why? It's already there. I can't put winning inside of you because it's already there. I can't put greatness inside of you because it's already there. But you know what happens is if you're not confident, you gave somebody permission. Nobody can take anything away from you that's inside of you unless you give them permission. So if you're not confident, you know exactly when and who and the situation that you lost your confidence. You gave somebody permission to take your confidence from you. It's yours. Go get it back.
All right.
Go get it back. Because in that race to greatness, in that chase that we're doing, and people talk about all these roadblocks, they talk about these walls, they talk about all these different things. You know, the person that's tripping you up the most is you. It's the stuff in the past that you didn't want to deal with. The one thing you cannot run from. You can wear designer shoes, you can have the best clothing, you can do all that other stuff. Your shadow does not know if you're wearing Gucci shoes or not.
Yay!
It only knows the real you.
Yes.
It only knows the real you. And here's the thing. We have so many conversations with other individuals that we've learned to stop listening to the most important voice, because that voice only speaks to us in a whisper. And that's our voice. When was the last time you had that conversation with yourself? You know, you tell your kids, man, give the best effort. You got to do better. I know there's more in you. When was the last time you had that conversation with yourself? See, relentless is in each individual. I can tell you this is very simple. It's society and the way we look at things. We're born relentless and we're taught to relent. And if you don't believe me, every individual in here has either witnessed or has video or photos of your child walking. If you're blessed enough to see your child walk. And at what age do they usually walk?
One.
My kids are older, so somebody got to help me out.
I was like,
Okay. 10 months to a year, let's just say a year. And you're gonna hear the same adage that people talk about. Oh, baby stands up, it falls down, it knows it's supposed to get back up. Man, I'm not gonna go with that crap, I'm going with something else. Right? So baby goes from point A, and it walks all the way to either mom or dad or vice versa, wherever it is. It gets over here. Who's the first person to acknowledge the baby's success? It ain't mom. It ain't dad.
baby.
It's the baby. The baby claps for itself. And you know what the baby, you think the baby's first words are mom or dad. No, you know what the baby's first words after he or she does that?
I did that.
The baby claps for itself. All right. Let me ask everybody in this room. Was today the first day you clapped for yourself again since you were a child when I asked you to?
Yeah. No.
Because you're afraid of what everybody else is going to think. Because you're acknowledging your success. You're acknowledging your growth. You're acknowledging who you are. And then at what age does a baby speak? 18 months? 2 years? All right. So baby walks at age 1. Starts speaking at age 2. And we as parents, what we do the rest of our lives, telling the kids to do. Shut up, sit down. Born relentless, taught to relent. I'll give you another example. Who's got a 2-year-old in here? You ever tried to negotiate with a 2-year-old? How's that going? And there's a huge difference between misbehaving and being relentless. See, here's the thing. We want success. We want all these different things. And we go out, we're trying to protect ourselves. We don't want to take chances. We don't want to take risks. We don't want to do these things. So what happens is, instead of growing, you end up dying by safety. You literally end up dying by safety. Listen, I come at you hard. I'm not the sprinkle guy. The same way I talk to my athletes is the same way I talk to the individuals in this room. People always say, I want to be the best. But they don't want to do the things to be the best. And here's the thing, we all want to add things. We all want to add things. All right. In order to get to that next level of success, it's not about the addition, it's about the subtraction. There's not an individual in this room that doesn't have a person, a habit, or a thought they need to delete right now. Hopefully that individual isn't sitting next to you. And people will always tell you, you need more balance in your life. You need more, and this leads from one thing to the other. People always tell you need more balance in your life. Everybody's told you this. The most successful individuals, you need more balance in your life. You need no balance in your life. Those individuals are telling you that all the time. The next time a person tells you you need more balance in your life, you tell them, you're right, you're out of my life. Because a person that's telling you you need more balance in your life is you're carrying all their stuff for them. There's not a single individual in this room. You've said 100 times, you said yes to somebody. You've helped them out over and over and over and over again. And the one time you say no, you're the bad person. You're the bad person. Let me make this thing very easy about balance. There is no balance. Nobody can tell you what balance looks like. You don't find balance. Just like you don't find happiness. You don't find success. You create those things. Yes. You create balance, and it's different for each individual in this room. It's very simple. All right? When the price of winning is high, balance is low. When the price of winning isn't so high, balance is high. So I got a question. Who wants zero love? Raise your hand. Who wants zero success? Raise your hand. Who wants zero money? Raise your hand. What's the number on a perfectly balanced scale? It's a 0. You want average success? Keep everything balanced. You want average relationship? Keep everything balanced. You want average love? You want everything? You want everything? See, here's the thing. The requirements of greatness are completely different than the requirements of good. That's why people always say, man, how you feeling? I'm good. I'm good. You know what good is? Good is like being stuck in a friend zone. It's like being in the friend zone. And I'm telling you, everything we have is already inside of you. I'm telling you this over and over again. I've already explained that to you in the beginning. I already explained how resilient you are. All right? Who in here is in a relationship with the first person they ever went out with? There's my point. None of you are that individual's first choice. All right? That's how resilient you are. You could have quit way back then and just said, by one rejection, said, I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm not going to do this anymore. But you kept fighting. You kept going. But you know exactly where you were going. You know when motivational speakers get on stage, they get you all fired up, they get all these feelings, they get all this thing going up, they get you pumped up and everything, and then they all get out, let's go, and everybody goes flying out the room, and then you look at each other and you go, where in the hell are we going? Where are we going? Success knows exactly where it's going. Do you? Now, if you've read Winning, I've shared this story in Winning, and I'm going to share it now. And I don't share it too often. But when people talk about sacrifices, let me tell you about one of mine. When I was traveling with my clients, I traveled quite a bit, a lot. My daughter was 5 years old at that time. She came into my room. She goes, Daddy, why do you travel so much? I said, sweetheart, this is how I take care of you. This is how I take care of Mom. This is how I put a roof over your head. This is how I put food on your table. She goes, Daddy, if I eat less, will you stay home more? At 5. If I eat less, will you stay home more? Now, the reason I share that story is because Disney is right down the block. So if this was a fairy tale, I'd have unpacked my suitcase, I'd have grabbed my daughter's hand, we'd have gone for some ice cream. I kept packing. I kept packing. When she was 18, I sat her down. I said, sweetheart, I need to talk to you about why I am the way I am. Thinking I hurt her all those years. She stopped me. She goes, Dad, I understand. She goes, you set an example for me. You showed me that tough decisions need to be made. She showed me that when you win, I won, Mom won. You shared everything with us. Kids don't go by what you say. They go by what you do and your end result. That's what they see. That's what they see. Can I have everybody stand up, please? I went way over my time, so.
No, you didn't.
I'm not done yet. Don't worry about it. See, a lot of individuals are looking for courage because they're scared to do things. You know, they want to find the courage so they can do the things that they fear. They can do the things that they're scared of. They're doing the things that they doubt. I want you to try this. If you're afraid of something, if you're doubting yourself, if you're scared, instead of finding courage first, go do those things and find courage from doing those things. Do it the other way around. So if you're afraid to take that next step into this greatness, all right, take that step. Because no one's going to take it for you. No one's going to take it for you. Everyone talks about, you know what, lead with your good foot. It's easy to lead with your good foot. When times are tough, you got to lead with that bad foot. You got to lead with that bad foot. Can I have everybody put your hands on your heart? Your heart, not anybody else's. We started this talk with a superpower. Now I'm going to give you another one. This one's going to sting, folks. I'm warning you. Another one of your superpowers is that heartbeat of yours. Is that heartbeat. But let me tell you something. That next heartbeat is not promised to a single individual in this room. Not a single one. So whatever your it is, go get it now. Because it has an expiration date. Right. I trained Kobe Bryant for 9 years. And every single time I saw him, I told him, we don't have time. Yesterday was his birthday. I said every single day, I wish I was wrong. I wish I was wrong. So whatever your it is, go get it now. Because remember, with each heartbeat, you have one less heartbeat to love. You have one less heartbeat to love someone. You have one less heartbeat to be successful. You have one less heartbeat to share your success with someone. You have one less heartbeat to make a difference. Who are you sharing your heartbeats with that don't deserve them? It's the most valuable commodity that you own. I can teach everybody in this room how to make more money. I can teach everybody in this room how to have more time. I cannot teach you how to get more heartbeats. And everybody talks about what is the key to success. It's not a key. It's a combination lock. It's not a combination, it's a combination lock. And here's the thing. Who has a key to your heart and shouldn't? Who has a key to your emotions and shouldn't? Who has a key to your thoughts and shouldn't? Those are the same individuals that have the key to your heartbeats. They don't earn them anymore. They don't deserve them. If you think the price of winning is too high, wait till you get the bill for regret.
Oh!
That bill is generational. There's individuals in this room that bill has been passed on to you. You better not pass it on to the next generation. You better not. We're not going to live forever, folks. We're not. All right? And we all visualize our last day. We have this thing where we have this visualization of the last day of our lives. And if it goes the way that we want it to go to, it's surrounded by family and friends, by people that you love. But you know who else is going to show up on that day? All your unfulfilled dreams. All your unfulfilled desires. All your unfulfilled goals. And they're going to be standing there also, and they're going to be looking at you, and they're going to say, "We chose you to bring us to life. We chose you." And now we have to die with you. We only get one chance at this, folks. We only get one chance at this. Start listening to the person that you should be trusting the most, and that's yourself. Stop worrying. Everyone talks about block the haters out, block all these people out. There's too much noise out there. You cannot block it out anymore. You have to manage it. You have to manage it. All right. Stop being the assistant managers of your own life. You already know what to do. Everything you have is already inside of you. It's there. When people read Relentless, they were like, it didn't tell us what to do. Exactly. You know why? Because you already know what to do. You just got to go do it. You literally just have to go do it. Now, everybody in this room, you gave me something so valuable today. You gave me your heartbeats. The most valuable commodity that you can own. I know this talk can be difficult. I'm like that uncle in your family that nobody wants, but you all need. I'm not here to tug at your heartstrings. I'm here to rip your heart out of your chest and make you look at it.
Okay.
And understand why it beats. Why it beats. And if you shed a tear in this talk, that's your soul being lifted and emptied of all the stuff that other people have put inside you that you don't need. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.